vibes, happy cheeks, and of course, boom, boom, baby. Welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia G. And that one special guest we interview each and every week. The question is, who's it gonna be? Well, his name is D-Love. DamianLove, that is. He's wild, he's fun, he's off the charts. He's also a host here on BIGO Live, and we're gonna spill some tea with him. He's fun. He's over the top. He's wild. He's the one. He's the only. He's DamianLove. Guys, but before we get started, before we dig into that tea, I want you all to be sure you're following, liking, sharing, tapping on that screen. Guys, if you're watching this right here now on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate the love and support. Smash that subscribe button. And all social media, AliciaGWorld, www.AliciaGWorld.com. Let's do all social media, merchandise, music, and more. Boom, boom. Brr, baby. Instagram, YouTube, the clock, Facebook, Twitter, and more. Guys, smash the subscribe button. Follow, and follow all Alicia G World. And I want to wish everyone here a happy holidays from my family to yours, and a happy blessed new year coming your way. I can't believe it, guys. It is literally about to be 2024. Where did the time go? Where did the time go? I have no idea where it went, but it's about to be here. So that means New Year's resolutions, new goals, new the best yet to come.
The tea with Alicia G look
Let's
like.
welcome. Yeah.
Hey.
The one, the only DamianLove, D-Love in the house. How you doing tonight, mister?
What up, baby? We about to spill the tea with Alicia G. We about to spill the tea with Alicia G.
So that's how we do it up in here. Boom, boom, baby.
Good to see you,
Before we
darling.
get started, good to see you. Good to see you. I want to wish you a happy holidays. And how have you been?
I've been crazy. The holidays have been really, really quiet for me. But that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Gotcha. Do you want to tell everyone where they can find you on social media, all your links? Spill the tea.
Okay. Instagram. Well, right now I'm working on Instagram. I actually have a formula that I'm working on. So, Mr. D Love to you, MRDLOVE. The number 2, the letter U, on Instagram.
Nice,
And then, obviously you can find me here on BIGO.
Of course. BIGO. That's how we do it. We get BIGO-licious up in here on BIGO. All right, guys. We are just joining once again. Welcome to Spill the Tea with Alicia G and our one special guest, the one, the only, the one who does it all, D-Love. He's wild, he's fun, he's over the top, he's lit, and you got me too, Alicia G. So be sure to smash that subscribe button, follow, like, share, all the above, show that love, and we're gonna spill that tea while we're doing it. Let's
do it.
So before I get started, is there any questions you hope I do not ask?
When we get there, we'll be there.
Okay.
I'm an open
ready,
book. I'm an open book. But if it's a question I don't want to answer, I'll just be like, I plead the fifth.
Hey, you're good. We're good. We just have fun with it.
Exactly.
So, just give us the overview, like how we're gonna dig into where little D-Love started out, and we're bringing it to present day. But basically, we'll just start off. How did you find BIGO?
Oh, that's a fun story. Actually, a lot of my friends always invite me to stuff when they get something new. And actually, an ex-girlfriend of mine had gotten recruited onto BIGO when BIGO was really, really recruiting a lot of people in Los Angeles. And we're still on good terms. She's still one of my best friends. And she's like, hey, I need you to come over here and help me promote and market this thing. I don't know what it is. They're trying to get me to do this live stream thing. And I was like, okay. And it's funny because I was actually looking for something similar. So kind of like fell right in on, right on time. Because I was looking for a live stream platform that I could actually make some stuff happen. And then funny thing is she got banned in the first 3 weeks of being a host because she likes to drive and live stream. And I was like, I think you don't need to do that. I really think you shouldn't do that. And she's like, well, I got to get to this audition. And da-da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. And then, bloop, she was gone. And then ever since then, I was just like, okay, what do I do now? And then I just started getting on here. Slowly but surely, I started to figure out what it was all about and have fun with it, meet some people, learn the ropes about BIGO and, figure out how I fit in here.
Exactly. What would you say your best experience about BIGO has been?
My best experience on BIGO, you know what, actually, DJ Ben Vera just came on my side of the broadcast. The DJ follow train is probably the funnest thing, best experiences, like every single month for the past 3 years. I've got to see people that I've met, connected with, and they're all DJs and cool people. And we're like a huge community. People, similar minded individuals, but definitely coming together on music and stuff. So that's probably my most exciting. And when I first started my BIGO family, that was really dope, because a lot of the people that I brought to BIGO were all coming together, and then it kind of like fizzled out as BIGO grew on to people. But it's still, we're still making it happen.
Gotcha. Wait, so you have your own family now?
I've had my own family for a couple years now. Yeah, True Legacy Family. That's the TLF. Yeah.
This whole time, I had no idea. I'm like, it was a blind moment. I had no idea. I'm like, what do you mean his own family?
Yeah, I'm the founder. I'm the founder of True Legacy Family. I had an agency for a while, and then some things happened, and I dropped off, and then I started working with my friends that are hosts and agency owners like yourself, and getting the ball rolling again, because I've been gone for like a year and a half. Appreciate it. About a year and a half. Yeah, we got like 6 families that spawn off of True Legacy Family, and those are all stories. Every last one of them.
All right. So that's one of the best experiences. What about maybe one of the worst experiences? Spill the tea. No.
Oh, definitely my worst.
You don't have to use names.
Oh, I'm not going to.
You don't have to use names.
I'm not going to use names. No, my worst was actually why I started a family. I got onto BIGO not knowing, very, wet behind the ears, met a couple of people, and, I came in, I was like, hey, let me put my credit card and support people, la, 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 la. Got into a family, and I didn't fall off a turnip truck when I see somebody trying to hustle me. And so I was just like, got into a family, was like supporting. And then me and some of the family members are like, hey, aren't we supposed to like generate something? Or, like somehow everybody's supposed to be benefiting, but just not just the founder. And then I started asking questions, and then it became a huge thing. And I got into a huge fallout right on a broadcast with that person. And I took like 50% of that family away from her, and started my family, because I was just like, I don't like people to like be fake, cheat people, lie to people, steal from people. Like some people like literally steal from you on BIGO. On social media, I wouldn't just point my finger at BIGO. But yeah, people just like, foul. And I was like, I can't be a part of that. And so I just went on and created my own family. My original family members, a lot of them are still in. And we're just trying to like build and stay on integrity and enjoy our experience and try to figure out what we can do next.
That's awesome. That's huge. I honestly had no idea you had your own family. I'm like, oh, I just found that out now. So we just spilled some tea right here, right now, live on BIGO.
There you go.
That's good. What would you say your best advice would be to someone who wants to start streaming on BIGO, or start streaming in general, be alive?
The best advice to somebody is like, learn the game. I think people get on BIGO and just like hear about, ooh, I can make some money. And they don't understand necessarily, really all money ain't good money. Like straight up, whatever anybody says, all money is not good money. And I think when people first get on BIGO, there's a misconception of everybody's just gonna be coming out the woodwork and throwing you gifts and stuff. It can happen, if you're a content creator, if you're fun, if you're exciting, if you're bringing something to the table and make people want to come to you and support you. But yeah, you got to learn the game. And it's not like study it like a class and you got to wait like 10 months to try to figure it out and then try to do it. No, like immediately start taking notes. I tell people to get yourself what I call like a BIGO Bible and get a notebook. I got a little old notebook that I write all kinds of stuff in about, you know, what's up on BIGO. And it helps like to like know, and then ask tons of questions. You have to ask tons of questions. Like matching is really good to meet up with people and like learn how to function on it. And, you know, ask old heads. I call old heads somebody been over 5 years. And then ask newbies what their experiences are as well, so they can kind of figure out, okay, so how does this work? Because everybody's trying to figure out. Even old heads don't really know because of the shifts that happen on a regular basis.
Definitely. Yeah, it's amazing, like all the amazing good that BIGO has done. It has opened and broadened my horizon, and I'm just like, I'm amazed and thankful and grateful for all my fans. Like every single one of you, I could not have done it without each and every single one of you. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I thank BIGO for that. I have 3.46 million fans. I'm like, oh my God,
yeah, that's great.
That's so cool.
You got to show me how you do that.
I don't know. I just do it. Boom, baby. No, but like it's amazing the eyes that are on BIGO. It's just like, it's just incredible. I absolutely love the platform. I really do. I mean, of course, yes, there's the messier side, but then there's also the good side. You know, it depends how you want to play. How do you want to BIGO? So at the end of the day, as you'd say.
Yeah.
But we're going to spill some more tea here. Let's spill some more tea.
Let's go.
Let's go. But guys, if you're just joining, welcome to Spill the Tea once again. Smash the subscribe button, share, follow, like, and share, and tap on that screen. Let's spill some more tea with the one, the only, DamianLove in the house himself. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. So tell us about little DamianLove. Like, where did he grow up? Like, was he a lot of sisters, a lot of brothers, bad boy, good boy? Spill the tea. Spill the tea.
Well, I don't think I have an interesting life, but I think everybody's life is interesting because if you didn't experience it, you just like discover something about somebody that you never knew. I grew up in Sacramento. I'm actually like, for the first 7 years of my life, I was the only child. So I was really, really spoiled in the beginning of my life. The 7-year window was it. And then I got a little sister that came along that here's a fun fact. I actually prayed for a little sister and I ended up with a little sister. And then 3 years later, I prayed for a little brother and I ended up with a little brother. So I have a brother and a sister. Okay. And my mom was really mad about the second one because, you know, she got a tube ligation, whatever that is. Well, I know what it is. She had her tubes tied and still had a child. And she blamed me and my prayer. It was a fun family, you know, joke and stuff like that. But, you know, I was really excited about that. Ended up living with my grandma through junior high school. Got into high school, got kicked out of the high school I was supposed to go to from fighting. And
spill that tea.
Well, I was into a little, you know, hood stuff, trying to be a little gangster, whatever. And this dude wouldn't let me wear the colors that I wanted to wear and pushed me into a locker. And then I responded very, very ferociously. Basically ended up breaking his jaw and got kicked out of the school district. And then I ended up in, you know, North Sacramento and had a good, you know, school was whatever. I'm not a studious type person. Like people like, you're always like really smart with your words and stuff. And I said, that's an acquired thing. Because in high school, I was not about it. I was just an athlete. You know, former U.S. triple jumper. That's like fast forward really fast. Former U.S. triple jumper in 2 Olympic trials. Just missed the team by a half an inch. And after I quit, I went on to Hollywood and became a Hollywood promoter, producer, director. Well, not director, excuse me. Executive producer of a comedy show and an entertainment company, and also a R&B show. It's dope.
That's awesome.
And then fast forward, I'm here on BIGO trying to figure this junk out. But I love BIGO because it's different, because during the pandemic, I have to say it saved a lot of my friends from being home alone. not being stuck. That's what DJ Ben Vera was one of my friends that really did see that happen, because we were just chilling. We didn't know what we was gonna do, and and I was like calling my friends, yo, I'm on this BIGO thing, you need to come check it out. And so a handful of friends came over, and we started making stuff happen and going in, and now we're here and trying to figure it out. I always say trying to figure it out because it's always a learning lesson. Like every single month, it's a different learning. Every single relationship, a different learning. Every single agency, family, PK, weird person that you meet, and you're like, oh my gosh, this person really has problems. I can't believe I'm actually having this conversation. And I'm like, whoa. And then you meet some amazing people, like Alicia G herself. Amazing people, that are doing amazing things, and that's inspiring. You want to kind of dig into their brain and be like, okay, so now you're here and you've been doing this, and how did you do that? And you got this, what? Oh my gosh, how did that happen? And so you get a lot of experiences, and it happens really, really fast, because live stream is no joke. This is not a, slow motion Facebook. This is like in your face, everything goes, everything's happening now.
It is. And people are like, oh, and they call my broadcast, so what do you do for a job? This is my job.
This is what I do.
So what do you do? This is my job. But what do you do for a job? This is my job. Boom, baby.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God. Woo. Welcome to my world, AliciaGWorld.
Hey.
Yeah, it's and hey, how you doing? It's hard to grasp this world, but it's real. It's real people. It's real feelings. It's real emotions. It's real. It actually is a real job too. At the end of the day, it blows my mind. And the people you meet are truly amazing, and they're priceless.
Well, that's funny, because people always think it's not a business, and it's like it's actually 100% business. It's a fun job. I like to call it a fun job. It's not a job that you got to go clock in and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get off. Even though sometimes you can on BIGO, but majority of the time, if you have dope people around you, then it's not even really a job. You're just hanging out with your friends, making money, creating network, learning, and experiencing stuff you probably would never, if you were just chilling at the house or chilling at a regular job.
Right? Like, yes, technically this is a job, but most of the time it doesn't feel like a job. It's just like, yeah, I gotta get dressed and all that, but I'm like, hey, let's dance. Right. What job can you say, I have fun, I can just dance, and it's being boom, boom, baby. At an office job, they say, what is she on?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not nothing. I don't smoke, I don't ever drink anything. This is me. I'm a happy person, and I can be myself, the real me, Alicia G. And I love it. It's amazing. It really is. Yeah, it's a genius concept.
It really is. I tell people all the time, it's like whoever legitimately came up with live streaming, hit it on point.
Right. Wow. We'll go back. We'll spill some more tea about that. So you said you're a little bit of a bad boy. You said a little bad boy. Like what type of bad boy? I mean, you got a little fight. Any other little shenanigans you can spill the tea about? A little shenanigans.
I like to fight. I guess this is some more tea. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, and I like to fight. When I was a kid, I didn't know black belt or nothing. I didn't know Taekwondo. I only knew whoop your ass, and
oh my God.
that's pretty much what it is. I used to hang with my boys. We actually had rivals. I went to my school's called Highlands, and our rivals were like every school around us, because we were actually like a military. We weren't military, but we were right next to a military base. So all of us came from different backgrounds and stuff like that. So we were the school that had a little bit of everything. We had Samoans, we had Asians, we had Mexicans, we had Russians, we had African Americans, Africans. We had a little bit of everything. And for some reason, it was kind of like weird for people, like when they would see us together, and then, you know, there'd be segregated like schools at the time. We had a school called Rio Linda, predominantly white. Then we had Grant, was predominantly black. And then we had a mixed breed, which was half black, half white, a lot of light-skinned people pretty much. And it was Foothill. And every one of those schools we had a problem with. And so we got kicked out of summer school because we would end up in a fight off the bus. Like we would get off the bus and they'd come and rush our bus, and it would be a street brawl. And if the internet was out when we were doing our thing, it would have been straight crazy, because it was
phones.
Yeah, it was kind of like out of a movie, because I remember, like, you know, at Grant High School, they tipped over our bus. At Foothill, we got rushed at the bus, and then we had to fight our way to get back on the bus. And then at Rio Linda, we had to go and defend ourselves because they TP'd our school. So we went over there and we burnt some of their stuff down. So we was just being kids. We was being kids. Like we were a gang, but we weren't. It was just like a community. You know what I'm saying? We had to stick together. But some of us, you know, got into some stuff. You know, I got into, like, you know, a little bit of like gang, messing around with, you know, trying to sell some drugs because I wanted some, you know, clothes and stuff like that. Because when you get in trouble as a youth, from where I'm from, you don't have a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, you see other people with nice shoes, nice hat. You see like a senior that has a car, and you're like, I ain't got no car. I got to get a bike at least. And, you know, either you steal it, you sell something to get it, or you hustle your butt off and get, you know, a lot of kids, some kids got, you know, jobs and they didn't do nothing besides school and work. And then they got cars and stuff like that. Well, I resorted to like stealing, robbing people, selling stuff, all kinds of just random stuff. And then we get into fights, and we wouldn't like take nobody's stuff that we was fighting with. We just get in a fight and make shit happen. We just was popping off because that's what we had to defend ourselves.
And there we go, spill some tea. Popping off, spilling tea, popping bubbly tea, and it's going boom, boom.
I know Alicia's like, oh, I need to know a little bit more about D-Love. I didn't know.
So I was your little bit of a bad boy. We can confirm he definitely was a little bit of a bad boy growing up. Right. But were you a partier? Were you a partier growing up?
Oh gosh, I am the ultimate party hawk. And that's actually exactly what I used to call it. I'm the old. If there is music, if there is music and there are people, it is going down. And no, I've always. It's funny because like people don't even look at me. You like look at me and you like, oh, that's a cool dude, whatever. Look at him, old guy. But I used to like dance for rent. In like junior college, I used to dance for like dance contests. Like you see the dance contest, I like literally paid my bills for like 2 years straight, dancing, like 100%. I was like b-boy / hip hop dancer / I did a little bit of theatrical dance and stuff I learned, you know, from school and stuff. And I just combined it, you know, and for some reason I never really stuck to it, but that was my joint, you know, like when music comes on, you could, like, if I had my mom right here, she would be like, "Oh my gosh, this boy's always dancing. This is all he do. He can't get him to clean his room, but he'll dance his ass off."
I love it. Spilling the tea, the dancing D-Love in the house. Dancing D-Love. Dancing D-Love.
Hey. Drop it like it's hot.
Line it up and dance it up for D-Love.
And you know, it's funny because I don't even dance on the internet, and I don't necessarily know why. Just like, well, I do know why. I don't like to dance on the internet. It's kind of weird to me.
What's that song that you hear and like, oh, I gotta dance. What's that one song? You know that one song that makes, oh, this is my song.
Shit.
Like,
it's anything Busta Rhymes for sure. Turn Down for What? That's what it is. Turn Down for.
I know that one.
I don't know what happens when that song comes on, but I fucking lose it. I just lose my shit. Like anything could be going on in that song, even a bad version of it. Like, you know, if somebody mixes it up and makes it bad, I'm like, oh my gosh, they messed up a great song. And then I can't help it because I hear the beat still, and I'm like, that's my joint right there. So yeah, turn down for what? Yeah, and I purposely don't listen to it on a regular basis, so I still get that energy because I'm that person. I like want it in a specific way. That's like 1% energy. I want it that way, and so I don't like listen to the radio when I say I'll turn it off because I'm like, I don't want to hear it right now because I know I'll get all jacked up and geeked up about it.
Go. D-Love dancing in the house. D-Love dancing. D-Love in the house dancing it up. Turn down for what?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. So I never thought you would be a dancer.
I know. A lot of people, yeah. Well, a lot of things that I do, a lot of people just like, oh my gosh, because they just, I guess it's like exterior and the way I present myself. I don't present myself as a party dude, but I'm a, when 2005 forward, like 10, 15 years, if you came to Hollywood, that's what we were doing. We were partying. I knew every club. I was promoting in a lot of clubs. I knew every time there was a concert. I knew when everything was going on, and I was in the place. Like that's my joint. If I could party every single day, and my goal would be is to party for the next at least 20 years straight, and then maybe slow down.
I love it. I love it. Now we're supposed to tell us what your wildest, oh my wow party you'd ever think of. Just like that unforgettable party. I know you got a few stories up your sleeve.
I've got a kabillion of those. My wow party, I think, was one of my first okay, so I went to a huge party, and there's a lot of celebrities, a lot of industry people, a lot of socialites and all that kind of stuff. But then when I figured out I was really in Hollywood was the after party. When I went to the after party, when they say sex, drugs, and rock and roll, sex, drugs, and rock and roll to the umpteenth power. And it was all new to me. So I was starstruck because of the people that I saw there, and I saw what they were doing. And then I was at awe at some of the just like outrageous, crazy stuff going on. You know, you got people over here doing coke. You got the weed heads over here. You got the little freaknik going on over here in the kitchen. You go on the balcony. There's a whole like little mini orgy. Like there's just like, and it wasn't a setup of rooms. It was just somebody's apartment. I don't know what it was. It was a nice upscale apartment, whatever, right in the hills. And it was amazing. I was like, I could do this for the rest of my life. That's exactly that was my first like experience. I could do this for the rest of my life. I wasn't I think I was drunk a little bit. Yeah, I was drunk a little bit. I don't smoke. I don't do all that crazy stuff. I don't like nothing up my nose, so I can't do coke. I attempted. I have to say I attempted. It wasn't happening. And then the feeling that I got, I was like, oh, this can't, no. And OG's like, invite me to the party. But that was,
invite me, please.
That was I did that snippet I didn't inhale, right? Yeah, no, it was a dope experience because like where I come from is really conservative. And I always said I wanted to be a place where everybody like really gets it in, like just beyond capacity of being who you know, your real self. And even though I didn't agree with everybody's entertainment, because I'm always kind of like evaluating how people are getting down, I thought it was the dopest thing. People were just themselves without, you know, any inhibitions or nothing like that. And I thought that was amazing to see people being there where they wanted to be. Like from the party, there's a huge, you know, performance and stuff at the party and club, and then everybody shifts to this big ass house and everybody's just doing what they do. And I was like, wow, because I had never seen anything like that. And that was my first experience. And I was like, and that was probably the dopest. I got stories, but when the one that stood out immediately was that. Oh man, there's not enough time for my stories. I promise you.
It's okay. Well, that spilled some tea right there. So that was like, you say the best party overall. That's the best creme over there?
Yeah,
Is that the best one?
The night was, but I mean, I think my favorite night was when I first discovered how good I was at promotions and marketing, and I filled a club up, and there was industry people, regular people, people from out of the country come to my own personal show called Rhythm Nights. It was my R&B show, and I had some amazing artists there, and I was on the third floor, and I just looked over, and everybody was there because of me. And that was probably my favorite moment at an event, because I was just like going through the crowd, and I'm like, everybody knew me because I was executive producer. And so it was like, you just don't know it until it actually happens to you, and you're like, you're the reason. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really into that. Like, I want to be the reason people have a great time. And people had such a blast. And I didn't get to necessarily party because I was working, but it was a party for me because I was like hanging out, and, I was taking some shots and stuff. I was like, oh, I can't take too many shots because I got to work. I got to stay coherent so I can get through the night. Right. I couldn't go on stage. I remember. Yeah, that was yeah. I can't even remember what night it was of my event, but I had a lot of kind of basically like sold out nights, and it was amazing feeling that everybody was there because it's something I created. That made it fun.
I love that, Dilo. I love that. I absolutely love that. Oh my goodness. What would you say the most weirdest, oh wow moment that does not just happen? I did not see that. Like the worst type of scenario you ever encountered at a party.
Oh, I can.
It has to be something.
There's a handful of those, but the one is called Hood Night. And so you probably don't even know what Hood Night is. So there's an annual event that happens in Los Angeles where the Bloods and the Crips come together, supposedly are supposed to come together in unity. And one of my shady promoter friends, and I should have knew it, I should have saw it coming, says, hey man, you should do Hood Night. And I'm like thinking, I'm on a good streak, I can just pick up a night, Hood Night sounds like a good positive thing. I'm calling around and asking people, hey, what's Hood Night? I was like, oh, that's when all the gangbangers get together and I'm like, oh, that sounds positive. Want to talk about the worst decision ever. So the night started off great. You got the Bloods, you got the Crips, you got the Bloods and Crip, Blood and Crip artists up there, and they're all doing their thing and everybody's getting it in. And then the wrong bangers come in the room, in the building. When I tell you, they tore the club apart. They tore all the engineering stuff. They tore up all the speakers. They tore up the tables. 3 floors of chairs, tables, glass, everywhere. I ended up staying in my security guard / at the time I had to have a bodyguard because somebody said I should have one. Picked me up, put me in the freezer, and I had to stay in the freezer for like 3 hours. And when I got out of the...
Were you cold?
I was freezing. Totally freezing. But they didn't want me to get involved because they knew what was going down. I had no idea. I did because the fight started to break out. I wasn't getting involved because I wasn't a gangbanger. And I was just like, what's going on? And then I started getting in the confrontation because I'm like trying to stop people. And then people started swinging at me. Back in the day, that was my thing. So I was not letting somebody beat me. I was not getting beat down by some Bloods and Crips in LA. That just wasn't happening. And so I'm starting to do my thing, and I'm going back, and out of nowhere, whoom, my boy grabbed me up and just carried me. My feet are dangling like a little kid. And he said, you stay in here. You don't come out until I come out. I was like, okay. There was nothing I could say. And I'm just pacing back and forth. And I was just in there for hours. I was like, I can't even believe this is happening. Yeah, they tore everything up. You blame me? Of course you do. Everybody blame me. Oh, you blame Ben? Yeah, Ben would, and it's funny because DJ Ben Vera is my actual DJ from back in the day. So he knows some of the experiences at, the situations and stuff. But yeah, that was my worst because I misjudged knowing about, they left you alone? That's good. Well, you're from the Dina, that's why. They knew who he was. No, I just misjudged, you know. And then afterwards, people were like, you didn't even know? I was like, I really had no idea. And I wasn't, you got to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you don't pay attention, you get caught up in stuff that you have no idea you're getting into. And I just didn't. And then I was really money hungry at the time, because I wasn't money hungry. I needed some money to happen. And from the person I got it from, I knew immediately it probably wasn't a good decision. And so that's one of my worst, and I have other worst situations, but that's the worst of worst, because I felt really bad because a lot of the equipment got jacked up. The owner and the manager was like, they was livid.
Who paid for all this?
Well,
like who?
Well, they took it out of
paid for all.
Well, they took it out of my money over time, because I couldn't pay for it, and I was not responsible for it because they had security there. The security was not doing security work. And so there's a lot of elements, like people don't realize in a club, there's a lot of elements that are necessary for a club to function. We were beyond capacity of how many people should have been in there with the amount of security that was there. Yeah, it was a gang of people. It was crazy. Yeah. I personally never had, besides like riots and stuff that I've been in, like fights, never in a venue like that. Like it was like probably the worst fight I've seen in Hollywood.
Oh my gosh. It sounds awful. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds absolutely awful.
Yeah. I had some talented people come in there, and they was like, "Oh my God, I heard your event was so good in the past. I'll never come back to this shit." I was like, "It's not like this." I was like, "It's not like that all the time. It was like this one-off." It's because they're called a one-off. You
really
like
not?
Yeah. I had to, explain to a lot of people. And they was just like, nah, like people was like really, really pissed because people brought family, friends. Because I just invited people because I'm like, oh, hood night, okay, whatever. It's going to be a whole bunch of people. They bring in some entertainers. It's going to be straight. No. It was nobody straight. And people was pissed off at me for a very long time, actually. But I was like, I don't give a fuck. We did our thing, and it was what it was. There was nothing I could do about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I made it through. Nobody died. There's some injuries. That's what it was. There's nothing I can do about it. We just never had Hood Night again.
Never. He's not going to participate. But again, for the future, boys and girls, never ever.
Yeah, if anybody ever says Hood Night, go the other direction.
Run.
Go the other direction.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, never.
All right. So we spilled a lot of tea about the partying. Okay, can you tell us maybe a few celebrities you may have met?
I'm not at liberty to necessarily tell all celebrities that I've connected with.
Well, not
I mean, the list is long. I mean, realistically, the list is long. So
a few of your favorites.
Well, one of my really good friends, Dorian Gregory. You guys know him as Detective. I think it's Robert of Charmed. Remember the Charmed show? No, Detective Daryl, the light-skinned curly hair dude on Charmed, the witches show. You don't know Charmed? Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, you're kind of... Well, look up Dorian Gregory.
Sounds charming.
Yeah, it's a witch show, and he was a detective, and I got my first SAG voucher on Charmed. Yeah, been so yeah, Dorian Gregory is one of my really close friends. Busta Rhymes, Megan Good, Robert De Niro, Dennis Rodman. Janice Dickinson. I'm trying to think of names you guys would recognize. Justin Bieber when he first came out. I mean, the list. When I said the list goes on, it's like ridiculous. Like I have because when you're in Hollywood and you do what I do, I was a high end promoter at when I started really getting it in. And I would just meet people like all the time. Michael Ealy used to party with me all the time. Moesha and her little brother, Rage, all of these people. I never met the Kardashians. I didn't really care to meet the Kardashians. It was kind of weird. What's her name that started with the Kardashians though? The little blonde girl. She's like the richest socialite on the planet. I can't. Paris.
Hilton.
Now Paris Hilton. Paris. I had to escort. I had to escort her a few times to her VIP seat, and then we just talked. She had entourage. I didn't even understand why they was all on her like that, but I found out it was 100% money. And no, but she was super cool. She wasn't like, crazy or nothing like that. Kim might have been there and I didn't even know who Kim was at the time because I wasn't even in it like that. And I didn't connect him and her and Ray J ever because whenever I got down with him, he was always with Brandy. So it wasn't like that kind of connection. And then we had a club that I was promoting on that all we did was events, and DJ Ben was one of the flyers. It was called Trailer Park. Was it called Trailer Park, Ben? I think it was called Trailer Park. It was the dopest part. It was the dopest weekly party night all the time. Like, you would not imagine the people would show up there. People from all over the world in the entertainment industry would just show up randomly. Truck stop. That's what it was. Truck stop. It's like Trailer Park, truck stop, something like that. Truck stop. Yeah, my boy Sean Antonio was the head promoter of that situation, and that was a lot of fun. That was my funnest club, if you're gonna ask me. That was my funnest club situation. His truck stop was the dopest promotion I wish it would have never stopped because it was like a really dope experience.
Back up to Paris Hilton. Was she a party? She's like, I love Paris. Total. Oh my God, I love me Paris.
Total party chick.
Like drinking. That's dancing, drinking.
Total party chick. When she drank, she would drink hard, but she would sometimes be kind of conservative and still have fun. It just depended on who she was hanging with. Yep, Nicole Richie. I remember her. Yep, I remember Nicole.
Nicole Richie. Yes, that show.
Yeah, it's funny because all the cast of Flavor of Love, I can pretty much like those were all my people because when Flavor of Love came out, all those girls and guys would all come to all the parties and stuff and hang out. I hosted some parties with some of them. And then also Real World. I know pretty much all the first, second, third season cast. The list goes beyond on. Like all those that were casted like always came out to our parties and stuff like that. Yeah.
That is so cool. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. So you do it all. You party, promote the parties, promoter, streamer, bad boy. He does it all, folks. Guys, we're spilling the tea with the one, the only dancing.
I can't get away from this dance. I should never tell that story because then everybody's like waiting to see me.
You spilled the tea. You spilled the tea here. That's how we do it. I love it. All right. How about, we have a fun question, which everyone loves these questions. Tell us about your wildest date. Spill the tea.
My wildest date.
This is the tea of love. This is the tea of love.
Wow, wildest date. That one is tough.
It can be from like, we'll break it down. Like, with something like, oh my gosh, the girl stole my wallet. It could be wild, crazy like that, or it can be like, whoa, party night, or the girl threw up in the back seat. Spill the tea. If you want like some fun, just spill the tea.
I had it's the funnest one was probably like a girl that I dated for a very long time that we're still friends, but we're not necessarily, well, we are, we're still friends. She didn't like me at first, and she didn't like me because of all the attention that I got. And a lot of times as a promoter, it's hard to actually date a chick. And when I saw her, I was just like, whoa, this girl is bad. And I chased her up some stairs, tried to talk to her, and then she just kind of brushed me off. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. And then at the end of the night, I saw her again. I said, I wasn't even trying to like holler at her. I was just like, hey, can I get your number? I mean, I've been chasing you around all night. Can I just get your number? And then she's like, that's the way you ask? I said, yes. I said, I gotta work. I don't have time to be smoozing with nobody. And then fast forward, I called her up and I said, hey, can we go on a date? And so we went on a date. And it was wild because we went to this little dive bar type situation, and she's not a dancer. So that just starts it off right there. She's not a dancer. And so I'm trying to get her to dance, and I'm like, just like I'm like cutting a rug, like for real. I was having a good time because I was like, hey, I'm gonna make it, I'm trying to get it in. And it was so funny because it was cute because it was like we're like like an odd couple, and like when people were seeing our energy, I was like, and she's like, okay, this is cool. And I was like, you're not having fun? You see all this fun up in here? And then people were like trying to come hang out with me because people knew who I was. And I was just in there having a great time. And then this random girl that nobody knew is the one that has all of my attention. And I was like, hey, I'm just chilling. And we just hung out. And it was a super cool night. And it was just wild because when I date somebody or hang out with somebody and you're awkward, I will leave the date. Like I will literally like, okay, this is cool. I got to do something. If you drove, I'll be like, I'll see you later. And I've done this, and that's a weird thing that I've done. Spill
the tea.
No, I would like cut a date off. I would cut hanging out off. I would stop talking to you. I would have nothing to do with you because you were not on the level. I knew I couldn't because you weren't ready. I would have girls that would like, I would go into a club. And then because girls would walk up to me that were really good friends and run up and kiss me because that was our greeting. And it wasn't like no freaky nothing, but it was just like, okay, like French type thing. But it was just like our club type thing. And like, why you got it all in your mouth? And I was like, why are you asking me about it? I told you this is my lifestyle. Why are we having this conversation? And we had some of that with this date that I went on. And I didn't like the food that we had. And then I got mad at the waiter, and then she said I was rude. Why would I be so rude to a waiter? And I was like, they were actually rude. I was just responding to rude. I'm the ultimate responder. Like if you piss me off, I'm coming for you. And I can back it up like 9 times out of 10. And I was just like, it was fun. And we ended up actually dating for over 5 years after that, me and that girl. So that was pretty interesting. But I've had a ton of I had a date one time, a girl, what did she do? She did not want me to do my job. She wanted all of my attention, and I had to have the bouncer kick her out. I had to have one of the bouncers kick her out the club because she would not get off my bumper. Then she would try to go to the areas where she wasn't, and I was like pushing a kid. I was like, you can't be in here. And I'm like, I can't. And she was like thirsty, hungry. I was like, dude, this is not fucking happening right now. And it was embarrassing because at first I was just like, okay, she's digging me. She was fine as hell, so I was like wanting to let it happen. But then the psycho kind of started peeking out. Psycho started peeking out, and I'm like, oh no, that's not that. Hey, Nana, I see you, love. And I can't do psycho because I have people that I'm responsible for. So I can't have a psycho around me. I don't know what's going to happen next. And finding crazy on some Halle Berry shit. And I had to have a bouncer kick her out. I was just like, dude, we can't have this. And I couldn't have that around me. And then the owner of the club said, if you don't kick her out, bro, I'm kicking her out.
Like, what'd she do? Like,
she kept trying to force herself into VIP. She tried to force herself to the DJ booth. She tried to force herself behind the bar. I went behind the bar because I had to go and get some bottles. And she comes around and follows me. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm just, trying to help. I said, you're not trying to help. I told you, sit your ass over there and do your thing. You got free drinks. You're hanging out with the dude and you're acting stupid. And I was doing this over music, and people heard me, and they thought I was like being abusive, and I was like,
yelling,
yeah,
just you can't music.
Oh yeah, I was doing my best to stay cordial, but like when you're in that position, I don't have time to be like trying to pamper you. I don't care who you are. I've kicked people out of clubs many. I've had to because people get above themselves, and I'm like, no, we're not. This doesn't happen here. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, I've had a psycho crazy girl for sure. But that was the only time. I mean, because after that I was done, and that's when I say I have to cut people off because she was banned from the club. She would try to come back to the club on other days, and the owner remembered her and would not let her and her friend, and they were all fine. When I say fine, these girls was fine. None of them could ever get it back into that club because of that night.
Say that, Cray.
That Cray was on, yeah, that's on some other level. Ooh, crazy. Cray. Yeah, I don't know what she was on, and she wasn't even doing nothing. She was just like a leech. She was just like on me, and I was like, I can't believe this happened. And so that's why I didn't necessarily like to date a lot, because it would always end up something would occur, you know, that I'm out of control of. And when you have somebody that's clinging to you or close to you, or they can even just think, you know, they get where they feel like because they're with me, they got some pull now. I'm like, no. Don't ever come on my skirt. Don't ever come on my sleeve and be like, act like you're with me. Like, I'm inviting you to the situation, act accordingly. And when you don't, you have to pay the price. Whatever that price is that you provoke.
We're spilling that tea, y'all, with the D dancing love in the house.
Oh gosh, don't you ever call me that again. That's the last.
Everyone gets a little nickname after spill the tea. They just do. We spill that tea.
Dancing D, hilarious. Well, if you guys ever call me that name, you better throw mad beans. Don't even play with me. I'll kick you out of my room. Kick you out of my life, straight up. Only Alicia G gets that pass.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So we spilled a lot of tea here. All right, we will kind of tone it down. Just a little hair, You've done it all. Any plans on maybe possibly adult film industry?
Adult?
You know, like porn.
Hell to the no.
I just had to ask. We spilled some tea here. I make you laugh. That's the whole point.
Hilarious. I have a story though. My boy did porn. I actually videoed porn before.
Oh my God! Spill that tea.
Yeah. Well, this is did we talk about that? No. I was on Vice. My buddy, actually, I have his stuff right here. My best friend, Big Herc 916. He has a book out, and this is his autobiography. So he got out of jail, and what does every dude want when he gets out of jail? He wants to get it in. And we had an office space, and he started recruiting girls to do some things. And right there on the assistant's desk, we just shot a scene, and it was it was classic. I would say it was classic because it was his. I guess I would say it was first time he busted with a girl in over 10 years. So you can just use your imagination how that went. I'm sitting there like, whoa! I'm like getting the good scenes and stuff, and I'm like, it's my dude, you know. That's what he wanted. He wanted to do it. He wanted to shoot, and he was hustling. And so I was help provided. I was doing casting calls. I was a photographer. I was doing auditions. I was doing everything, you know. But you guys would have to. I'd have to get clearance of details with him on that, because that's a whole situation, and it's a part of some of the stuff you'd have to get his book. I think he talks about it in the book. I just got the book actually.
That's very nice. Oh, I think you truly have done it all, love. You have done it all. Party boy, bad boy, dancing boy, adult film photographer boy.
Yeah, I've done some things.
You've done it all. I love it. Wait, so a fun one. If you could pick an adult name, what would it be? Film star name.
Film star name is D-Love.
Adult.
I'm a rock star.
D-Love.
D-Love.
Right? Hey, this comes a big screen soon. You just never know, boys and girls. Stay posted. You just never know.
D-Love. Oh, you know what? Actually, it would probably be like D-Nasty.
Oh, sorry. Change that. Typo. D-Nasty in the house. Coming to the big screen. You just never know.
It'd probably be D-Nasty. Something like D-Nasty.
I love it. So it's a few mild questions here. Tone it down. I promise. You know, I'm a foodie. What is your favorite food?
Fettuccine Alfredo with white sauce with shrimp and chicken.
Let's go. It sounds so good. That's like my foodie time.
Yes, that is an actual dish that was made in Redondo Beach by a chef specifically for me. Because I wanted something different, and she was like, "I got something for you." And she says, "You have any kind of allergic to anything?" And I said, "Peanuts is about it. I don't mess with peanuts." And she's all right. You good with shellfish and all that kind of stuff? I said, "Yeah, I'm straight." Man, when I say this fettuccine, I've never had a more succulent fettuccine in my life. And every time she made it like dozens of times because that's all I would eat. It was actually, I did a show in Redondo. Took my show out to Redondo, and yeah, I've never been able to duplicate what she did. But yeah, fettuccine alfredo. With sun-dried tomatoes, chicken, and shrimp. That's what it is.
Well, that gotta have sun-dried tomatoes.
Yes, that gave the kick. That gave the kick.
I love it. I love it. Are you a good cook yourself?
I cook to eat, but I'm appreciative of. Well, check it out. I can kill a recipe on YouTube. I don't know what happened, but YouTube and TikTok have made me a chef. So if I can follow some instructions, I've made some dishes and I've blown some people away. So yeah. So I'm not a chef, but I appreciate YouTube and TikTok for that.
With the skills they provide.
Yeah. Because they're patient. They don't get mad at you if you do something wrong. You know, you put your ingredients in, they're straight with you. You can rewind them. You can shut them up. You know, do it at your own time. Late midnight snack. You want to get it in?
I love it. This has been such a fun-filled interview. I promised you it'd be nothing bad, but only fun, and I promised to make you laugh. And I definitely made you laugh tonight.
Yes,
I just want to say thank you so much for an amazing, epic, fun-filled interview this has been, from bad boy, party boy, promoter, film adult star, over here, dancing boy, broadcaster, YouTube cooker. You know, he even cooks too. YouTube cooker. He does all, and family owner also on BIGO.
Yeah. You forgot. I'm the creator of Wild Tribe.
Broadcast.
Wild Tribe.
Oh,
Wild Tribe, the biggest movement on BIGO. I have to give my own selfish plug because people don't necessarily know, but I'm not gonna let that go. Wild Tribe is the biggest movement on BIGO, and if not, it's gonna be, but it is, because I would love for somebody to tell me something bigger than Wild Tribe. Besides Alicia G's fan count.
Thank you. Appreciate that so much. A really fantastic interview. The new year is coming. Any New Year's resolutions you have?
No resolutions. My goal is just 100% to get Wild Tribe to 1 million and see what that experience is like. And I believe that, I've experienced things already. I think that's going to create new memories. And for all those people that get involved, Alicia G, then you'll be able to experience something that I believe that would be very, very different from that we've ever felt before. Like experience, because it's something that's special to me. Tell him he can come back and talk anytime. Hey, I appreciate that, Monty.
Hi, we're definitely in a round 2 in the new year, how the Wild Tribe is doing. When we have like a minute here, I just want to say thank you again from the bottom of my heart for a fantastic, epic interview. We're going to take our screenshot here in just a minute. But are you ready to say boom, boom, baby on 3?
I'm always ready to say some boom, boom, baby.
Boom, boom, baby.
Boom, boom, baby. And y'all gotta represent my girl, Alicia. I'm gonna give her a plug. Y'all have to represent the people that actually bring it for you. And I mean financially, sharing, supporting, like when she has ideas, activities, and things she's trying to do, because there's not a lot of people that actually bring quality content. I think it's unfair to real host, forget BIGO, real host that put all this effort into entertaining you, and you don't actually give them their just due, or what we call them, their flowers. And then when they're gone, you feel bad and you're like, oh my gosh, the reason why they can't stay around is because of you. Take that to consideration.
Everyone joining us for the tea. Hope to see you back this coming Thursday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. Love y'all, and thanks for tuning in. And of course, boom, boom, baby.
Boom, boom, baby.